The Lighthouse was written and directed by Robert Eggers, and this is his second film that he has directed, the first being The Witch from a few years back. The film stars Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe as two characters who are stationed on a lighthouse, with Willem Dafoe being the veteran at watching the lighthouse and maintaining it. As the two are stationed to work there, and Robert Pattinson's character has to do all the grueling work while Willem Dafoe's character stays up in the lighthouse, the two, through a series of events that progress the film's plot, they end up going insane and losing all mental stasis that they are in. And we have a horror film, The Lighthouse, and it was excellent. I love this movie. I didn't get to see this film in theaters while it was out. I'm very ashamed of that because I would have loved to see this film on the big screen. It just looked gorgeous on my TV though. The film was shot on 35mm film and is presented to us in a 1:19:1 aspect ratio. So you're going to have some black bars on the side, but that doesn't take away from the film's presentation. Everything looks top notch. Everything technical about this film is beautiful and amazing. I loved everything about this movie. There is not a single dull moment. There is not a single problem that I have with this movie. Everything is just beautiful. From the acting to the cinematography to the set design, everything just looks fantastic. Everything feels fantastic. This is a film that I was very excited to see, that I had seen, and I plan on seeing multiple times over and over again. This film is fantastic. You begin to feel going insane with these characters as they go insane themselves due to the aspect ratio, to the way the camera is zoomed in on their face, how close they are to each other. And the framing is beautiful. What this director has captured in all of these frames, it looks gorgeous. If I could, I would print out every still image from this film and put it all over my walls in my room, because this film looks that gorgeous. Everything looks beautiful. And surprisingly, the film is very funny at times. You get good banter between the two characters going back and forth with each other. You even have some fart jokes from Willem Dafoe. It's pretty amazing actually that a fart joke doesn't seem cliched in this movie, because it's presented to us in such a fashion unlike anything going on right now. And you hear a fart joke, and it doesn't seem like how it does in kids movies where it's like, oh, it's just a fart joke, just to make kids laugh at a dumb little fart joke. And here it's genuinely funny because of the character of Willem Dafoe. The film is also in black and white, which adds into the setting that the film has. New Zealand, 1890s, I believe, and it's amazing. I did not care that it was in black and white. I did not care that I could barely hear Willem Dafoe's character at times, which is something I think people are going to gripe at, because there are times where I couldn't make out what he said at certain points. But it doesn't matter, because if he says something to Robert Pattinson's character, you see him doing the thing in the next scene, if he gives out an order. And I think it added well to his character, because he is this old grump who's running this lighthouse. He is this character who's just awful and mean at points to Robert Pattinson's character. Something to note with this film is that it doesn't have a definitive answer as to what's going on and what happened and what's going to happen, because the film takes a different approach to that, because something could happen in one scene and in the next scene a character says something that contradicts what just happened in the scene before. So you begin to wonder, like, when do the characters begin to go insane? When do the characters start to lose it? And when is it going to end? When did it begin? Why are they going insane? What's causing this? Not just because of them being isolated on this island for much longer than they anticipated. You are going to see people try to come up with theories for this film, and people can interpret this movie however they want. I've been wondering about this for the past 4 days since I've seen this movie. It's just amazing. I've tried to come up with multiple ways as to what the film means. And at points I think that there isn't supposed to be a meaning to the movie, because of what happens in the movie. But then there are points where, because of how you interpret the film, there has to be a meaning to it, because why else would it be a movie in the first place? Why else would it be presented to us? So the thing I love most about this movie is the interpretation that one can come away with from this movie. This is by far the weirdest film that I have seen in a long time, and that is a positive because of the presentation of it, because how entertaining it is. I was never bored. I never wanted to see how much time was left in the movie. I never wanted to look at my phone. I was glued to the TV just watching this film, and I really can't wait to watch it again. The acting is just beautiful. These two characters, you really understand what they're going through, and at certain points, you really feel for them. You really feel for Robert Pattinson as well, because he doesn't want to be there most of the time, and he has a backstory to him, which I found quite touching. Much like I did with watching Hereditary and Midsummer, I've been thinking a lot about this movie, as in, what meaning can I derive from it? And it's going to ponder on my head for a really long time, because at points I think there is no meaning to the movie and it's just very entertaining. And at other points I think, no, there is a meaning to this and there is a reason why the film exists. And I think Robert Eggers did a fantastic job portraying the film in such a way, because no one can be quite sure about this movie and what it's trying to say, versus if there is anything to say at all. Another thing to note, the score is just beautiful. It's droning, it's exciting, it's depressing. You feel so many emotions, and everything just adds on to this film. Every technical aspect, and I really hope this film wins Best Cinematography at the Oscars. And I'm really surprised that this didn't get nominated for Best Picture. I mean, I would take out 1917 and replace it with this. I can take out Joker and replace it with this. This film is just gorgeous, and I can understand why it's not nominated, just because of it having no meaning, if that was the intent, because all the other films have something of a meaning to them. Which is the whole Pulp Fiction Forrest Gump debate, which I personally find Forrest Gump a better movie than Pulp Fiction. You can argue with me on that, but it doesn't matter. The Lighthouse is just phenomenal, though, despite it not having a meaning if that was the intent or not. There are scenes that I still find mesmerizing, that just had me gripped to my chair wondering what's going to happen next. It's amazing. I haven't felt this way since watching a movie in a very long time. And these are the movies that I live for now. Like, I could go another day without a superhero film if it meant that I get films like this. This was just truly mesmerizing and spectacular. I believe that The Lighthouse deserves this grade. The Lighthouse deserves an A+. This film was just phenomenal in every way. Some people will find it weird, some people can find it boring, but me, personally, I totally agree with the critical acclaim this film has been receiving. I want to hear more about it. I can't wait to see more from this director. He's one of my favorite directors now, just because of this film. I can't wait to watch The Witch. I can't wait to see what he comes up with next. Thanks for watching this review. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. I can't wait to watch it even further. I'm going to have a review up very soon for a film that I have heard a lot about, and I can't wait to watch it. Parasite, nominated for Best Picture as well as Best Foreign Film at the Oscars. I will have that up along with more reviews coming up as well. Leave a like if you want. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with a friend, and tell me what you thought about The Lighthouse if you have seen it. Once again, thanks for watching this video, and I'll be back with more enjoyable content like this. Bye.